31-year-old Hawaiian native Hana Kobayashi from Maui has gone missing after flying into Los Angeles on Friday, November 8th, 2024. Hana had flown into LA on the 8th for a brief layover. She was supposed to get on a flight from LA to New York where she was going to be visiting family. However, after landing in LAX about 42 minutes after, she missed her flight to New York. Now, Hana was supposed to arrive in New York around 7 a.m. on Saturday, November 9th. However, she obviously didn't make it there. Now, instead of Hana being in New York on the 9th like her family was expecting, she was actually seen at an event about an hour away from LAX in Los Angeles at a place called The Grove. In an actual video that was posted on YouTube from this LeBron James event at The Grove on Saturday, November 9th, Hana is seen walking through the crowds. Now, since missing her flight to New York on November 8th, Hana's friends and family stated that they have received very cryptic text messages from her cell phone number, and they say that it's very out of character for her. In a message Hana sent to one of her friends while at the airport on November 8th, she said something to the effect of she's scared and she can't fly home. On November 10th, a day after this event at The Grove, she sent another text to a friend stating that she couldn't fly and that she was tricked into giving away all of her funds. Hana says, "I got hacked, stripped of my identity. I can't fly. I can't go to the police. I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. I've been on the streets." On Monday, November 11th, Hana's phone is pinging back around the LA airport. She posts a photo of the event from The Grove on her Instagram page, and then she sends a text message to her aunt, who she was supposed to be visiting in New York. She writes, "Hi loves, I just finished a very intense spiritual awakening. I'm charging my phone and heading back to the airport to get to New York City. I might need some help getting there. It's a long story. I'll keep you posted. I think I still have my hotel room." After this, Hana's phone seems to have either been turned off or it died because it can't be pinged, her messages are not going through, and her phone is going straight to voicemail when her family tries to call her, which is scary for her family because she hasn't been in contact with anyone since Monday. We're now on Sunday, so it's almost a week. Hana is described to be 5'10", about 140 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes, and fair skin with freckles. If you guys have any information on Hana's whereabouts, if you live in LA or in the surrounding areas and you think you've seen her, please contact the LAPD on the flyer. Hana's family and friends are extremely worried, and they're asking the public to please share her story. So please share this video, please share her missing persons flyer, and as soon as we have an update, of course, I will let you guys know. Good morning, everyone. Hana Kobayashi is still missing out of Los Angeles, California under very suspicious circumstances. To quickly recap, if you guys missed my first video, on Friday, November 8th, Hana had flown from her home in Hawaii to Los Angeles. She was supposed to hop on a plane from Los Angeles to New York to visit family members. However, she never got on the plane. She never made it to New York. On Saturday, November 9th, Hana was at an event in Los Angeles about an hour away from the airport. She was sending very weird text messages to her friends and family members stating that someone had taken all of her funds. On Monday the 11th, she sent a text to her aunt stating that she had a spiritual awakening and that she was going back to the LA airport to get on a flight to New York so that she can take this trip like she had planned. But again, she never made it on the plane. She never made it to New York. So now we don't know where she is. She hasn't been heard from since Monday the 11th. Now on Monday the 11th, her phone did actually ping at the LA airport, as you can see right here. So she was at the airport, or at least standing in the vicinity of the airport on Monday the 11th when she sent this text to her family stating that she was getting on a plane. And also she did post a photo on Instagram right here while she was there, and then her phone completely just shut off and hasn't been turned on since this Monday. Now, just a couple of hours ago, Hana's aunt made a post on Facebook stating that Hana was caught on surveillance footage near Crypto Arena in downtown LA with another individual, and she didn't look to be in good condition. This is her post right here. She writes, "We have acquired video surveillance capturing Hana's activities in the vicinity of Pico Station by Crypto Arena in downtown LA. In the footage, it is evident that Hana does not appear to be in good condition, and she is not alone." Now, Hana's aunt did not state when this video footage was captured, and she was not able to post the actual video because law enforcement is saying that they cannot release anything right now to the public. So for all we know, she could be with a group of people. We have no idea if she's with several people, if she's with one individual, if she's with a man, if she's with a female. We don't know. I feel like this is pertinent information that we should know at the very least, if she is with someone else and who that individual is, at least physical appearance. but they're just not allowing the family to release that. Now, in a text that Hannah sent to a friend last week, she states that she was tricked pretty much into giving away all of her funds for someone that she thought she loved. Now, at the moment, with everything that we know thus far, it's my understanding that she flew from Hawaii to LA on her own. So if she's sending a text while she's in LA saying that she was tricked into giving her funds away by someone who she thought she loved, that would indicate that she was at least talking to someone via text prior to going to LA to maybe meet up with this person. So I'm sure that the LAPD are investigating her call logs, who she was sending text messages to, if any of those numbers that she was in communication with have LA area codes, so that way they can pinpoint exactly who she could have been speaking to in LA. Now, Hannah actually took a lot of time writing this itinerary out for her trip to New York. She had everything planned, what she wanted to do. She seemed to have been really excited for a photography gig that she was going to have on the 13th, which she obviously didn't make it to. So the fact that she had all of this trip planned out and she didn't make it, to me, that would indicate that this disappearance was not something that she planned. She didn't plan to not go to New York. It might have either been a last-minute impulse thing, or someone is literally preventing her from going to New York and leaving LA. We also see the name Alan written down several times throughout her itinerary, so she had plans to go to the park and to eat with Alan. I'm not sure who Alan is, if it's someone that she's related to in New York, if it's someone that she planned to travel from LA to New York with. I have no idea. And then on the last page of her bucket list / itinerary, she states that she wants to go to the Museum of Modern Art with Alan and take photos together. Hannah's family is still asking the public for help sharing her missing persons flyer, as well as if you are local and able to help pass out flyers, they are asking you to please pass out flyers at hotels within a 10-mile radius of LAX, at baggage claim at LAX. They're also asking for people to pass out flyers at Venice Beach, at local concert venues in downtown LA. If you guys are local and able to do this, look at the description. The information will be down there. Of course, as new information comes out, I will be sure to keep you guys updated, so make sure to follow and I'll talk to you later. Hey everyone, Hannah Kobayashi is still missing in Los Angeles, California. Last time we checked in, Hannah was last heard from on Monday, November 11th in the morning hours. However, we do have someone new that has come forward stating that they saw Hannah Monday, November 11th around 9:22 p.m. and she was with a male. So this message was posted from Hannah's sister online. She states that the message received was, "Hello, I remember seeing Hannah alongside a male, African-American male. Hannah had a suitcase with her. The male with her offered my son and I his seat when we got to the C Line station at the Lenox Hawthorne entrance. I then began speaking to them about the football game and about the C Line access to the game shuttle. During our conversation, Hannah did mention something about transportation, where she's from. I asked her where she was from, and she quietly said she was from Maui. She was wearing her hair down, she had glasses on, and a dark-colored sweater. When they got closer to their exit, the male did tell Hannah that they were going to be getting off on Avalon exit. That is where they both got off, and only the man said goodbye. He also told me thank you for the information about the transportation history we discussed, and I just said no problem, make sure you look it up." Hannah didn't really speak much. She seems really tired and out of it and disassociated, lost even. They didn't seem to know each other well. Please continue to share Hannah's missing persons flyer around social media. If you guys are in the LA area and are able to pass out flyers, I'm going to leave the information down below for how you can print the flyers out and where you can start, passing flyers out. Obviously, this is working. People are learning about her disappearance and they are starting to come forward with information, which is really promising. So make sure to follow. I will continue to keep you guys updated, and hopefully I will talk to you soon with a positive update. Good morning, everyone. So we have a new potential sighting of Hannah Kobayashi in LA. This time it was on Tuesday, November 12th. So this is a day after she was last seen up until this point. So this could be very promising. Take a listen. So this person actually posted stating, "My friend works at a coffee bean in LA at the Grove. She says Hannah came in on Tuesday and was acting pretty strange and asked the cashier if she knew of any hotels and that she was currently hiding from someone. After that, someone recognized her as being missing and mentioned it to the cashier, and Hannah heard and didn't wait for her drink and food. Instead, she just left after pacing for a bit and saying she had to leave. Now, authorities were called. Cops did arrive. They looked at camera footage. They took camera footage, and they also had people leave flyers and hang flyers up in that specific business. So these flyers are definitely working. People are getting to know Hannah's face, and they are starting to be vigilant in LA, which is great. Hannah obviously does not appear to be in a great mental state. People who have said that they've seen her have stated that she looks tired, she looks out of it, she seems a little delirious. If she's saying that she's hiding from someone, that is concerning, but the fact that she's walking around LA, it gives some hope. So of course, please continue sharing her flyers. Again, if you guys are in the LA area and are able to pass out flyers, hang flyers up, the description will have information on how you can print flyers out and where you can do that at. I will be sure to keep you guys updated, so make sure to follow, and I will talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, Hannah Kobayashi is still missing in Los Angeles, California. Quite a few people were commenting after a few sightings were reported of Hannah, basically saying that if she can go to like an event or to a coffee shop, she can go to the police and ask for help. It doesn't appear that Hannah is in the right mental state. Why that is, I have no idea. She could be in some sort of psychosis. We do know that she is with an unidentified male. I'm going to share the new timeline that we have that was shared by Hannah's sister, and hopefully we can get more people to continue passing out flyers, as well as more people to know about this case in California, so that way we have more eyes on the lookout for her. Again, everything in this specific timeline has been confirmed by Hannah's sister. So on Friday, November 8th at 9:53 p.m., Hannah landed at LAX. She missed her connecting flight, which left at 11 p.m. She ended up staying overnight at LAX. The next day, on Saturday, November 9th, between 12 and 3 p.m., she was seen at the Grove, specifically at this specific books place, charging her phone. There was a photo taken by Hannah and sent to her aunt at 2:43 from the bookstore. Now, the evening of Saturday, November 9th, she was spotted back at LAX. The next day, on Sunday, November 10th, at 3:40 p.m., she was seen at the Grove again and was captured on video outside a LeBron James event. Later that evening, it was believed that she had returned to LAX. Now, the next day, Monday, November 11th at 5 p.m., she was spotted talking to a ticketing agent at LAX. Hannah boards the LAX Metro C line at Aviation/Century Station at 9:04. She transferred trains at the Rosa Parks station, and it was confirmed that she was occupied by an unknown individual for the duration of her time on the Metro. At 10:03 p.m., she was seen on video surveillance leaving the Metro Pico station with an unidentified individual. Now, based off of someone who came forward who saw Hannah here, they stated that the individual that she was with was a male of African American descent, and it appeared that the two had not known each other for very long. Now, there was some rumors circulating that Hannah was with her boyfriend or her ex or something like that. As far as I know, Hannah's family was not able to identify the individual that has been seen in surveillance footage with Hannah, so I'm under the impression that this individual is not her ex. Maybe it's a current partner or something, but it's not someone that the family has been able to identify. Now, there was someone who said that they saw Hannah Kobayashi at a coffee shop on Tuesday. It doesn't look like that was in the new timeline report, so I'm guessing that maybe that wasn't confirmed yet, or that was confirmed to not be her. I don't know about that sighting. So right now, the last known sighting of Hannah that has been confirmed by her sister is Monday the 11th. So please continue sharing Hannah's flyer. If you're in LA and would like to pass out flyers in LA and neighboring areas, look at the description box. There is going to be a number where you can print the flyers out at any FedEx location. Please keep sharing these videos, and hopefully we can get Hannah back home soon. Hey everyone, Hannah Kobayashi is still missing in Los Angeles, California. There are no new updates in her disappearance. However, the RAD movement made a post on Facebook discussing a tragic loss that Hannah's family has experienced. I'm going to read it to you guys right now. The family of Hannah Kobayashi is urgently pleading with the public to maintain focus on the search for her. Hannah is still actively missing and is believed to be in imminent danger. It is crucial for everyone to remain vigilant in their efforts to locate Hannah. The Kobayashi family endured a devastating tragedy today. After tirelessly searching throughout Los Angeles for 13 days, Hannah's father, Ryan Kobayashi, tragically took his own life. This loss has compounded the family's suffering immeasurably. What the family needs most in this difficult time is for all communities to rally around them with support, compassion, and prayers. Please be considerate with your comments and posts. The trauma they are enduring is profound, and they now face the additional burden of grieving the loss of their family's pillar and navigating the next steps. We kindly ask that you respect the family's privacy during this period. Please refrain from contacting any family members, regardless of any previous connections you may have had. Your understanding and cooperation are greatly appreciated. Allow them the space to grieve and process this significant loss. I just can't even begin to imagine what this family is experiencing right now. My heart is truly breaking for them, and I'm going to continue sharing Hannah's flyers. I'm going to continue sharing her story, continue advocating for people to look for her in the area, and hopefully we can get her home. Please continue sharing Hannah's flyer, and if you guys are in the LA area and are able to pass out Hannah's missing persons flyers, check the description and you can see where you can print the flyers out at, as well as how to print them out. Hey everyone, the family of Hannah Kobayashi has released a statement since Ryan Kobayashi, Hannah's father's tragic passing. I'm going to read that to you guys right now. They write, "Dear friends and volunteers, our family has been overwhelmed by the immense outpouring of love and support during this profoundly difficult time. The loss of Ryan has been a heartbreaking tragedy for all of us, and we are forever grateful for the compassion and strength you have shown. As we navigate this unimaginable grief, we are holding on to hope and turning to our community for help. Now more than ever, we need you. The search for our beloved Hannah must continue with the same love and determination that Ryan would have wanted. We need your help. We need your strength. Our family needs you. The search for our dear Hannah must continue with unwavering hope and determination. She is still out there, and we believe that together we can bring her home. Your efforts give us strength and hope. Every step you take, every poster you hang, every message you share, and every act of kindness brings us closer to finding Hannah. We cannot thank you enough for standing by us through this journey." Hannah's sister, Sydney, made this post today in honor of their father. This is obviously taking a huge mental toll on Hannah's entire family. And that is why we, the public, need to continue helping by searching for her if we're able to, by passing out her missing persons flyers throughout LA if you guys are in LA, by being vigilant, by sharing these videos, by bringing awareness to Hannah's case. Hey everyone, the Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners briefly talked about Hannah Kobayashi's missing persons case today during their meeting. I'm going to play a clip from that right now. Take a listen.
We also have a missing person case that has gotten a lot of attention locally and nationally. On Friday, November 8th, 23-year-old Hannah Kobayashi missed her connecting flight from LAX to New York, which the investigation determined was intentional. Over the next few days, she maintained contact with her family and was active on Instagram. However, the family last heard from Hannah on November 11th. After receiving concerning text messages and losing further contact, her family traveled to LA on November 13th and filed a missing person report. On November 15th, our missing persons unit assumed investigative responsibility. Detectives have been diligently reviewing video surveillance and employing various investigative techniques to locate Hannah, while her family has continued their personal search efforts. Tragically, on November 24th, during the search for his daughter, Hannah's father, Ryan Kobayashi, was found deceased. Preliminary findings indicate his death was by suicide. Our hearts go out to the Kobayashi family during this unimaginable time of grief. We remain fully committed to locating Hannah and supporting the family as they navigate their way through this tragedy.
Now, I'm not sure what's going on with this case. We really don't have much information other than what I shared in my last few videos in the playlist below. We do know that Hannah was seen with an unidentified male. Law enforcement has not released photos of that male, a description of that male, which I think is a little weird. I think that we, the public who is talking about this case, we, the public who is helping get people to search for Hannah locally and stuff like that, should know at least a description of the guy that she is with, so that way people can be on the lookout for him as well. But at the moment, we have nothing about that male. Hannah's family does believe that she is in imminent danger, and while it may have been her decision not to catch that flight from LAX to New York on the day that she was supposed to, I don't think that she's intentionally choosing to not be in communication with her family at the moment. I think that something is obviously very wrong here. And then obviously Hannah's father tragically passed away a few days ago. I don't think that if she was purposefully hiding out that she would choose to continue staying hidden after this news has broke that her father passed away, especially in the manner that he did pass away. So of course I'm going to continue to keep you guys updated. Make sure to follow. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments about this, and hopefully we will have some new updates in this case soon. Good morning, everyone. Hannah Kobayashi is still missing in Los Angeles, California. There has been a lot of talk regarding the 2 Venmo payments that she made in LA on November 9th, the day after she missed her connecting flight from LAX to New York. We do know that one of those individuals who received a payment from Hannah doesn't know Hannah. That's what he's claiming. The first payment was to someone named Jonathan Taylor, and it says reading. So a lot of people were speculating maybe she got a tarot reading done. Well, Jonathan Taylor has been reached out to. He is a 36-year-old from Texas, and he's actually wheelchair bound. He's shared that not only does he have a traumatic brain injury, but he doesn't know Hannah, nor does he do any type of tarot reading. He basically stated that back in the summer, he got a message from someone by the name of Baoli from South Africa, and this guy Baoli had a dream of this guy's number and wanted to give him a spiritual advisement or some sort of like reading. Jonathan was essentially getting scammed by this Baoli guy, who is a spiritual advisor, because he was sending him money on different Cash App accounts, Venmo accounts, for spiritual advisements, but the guy was never providing those for him. And I guess that this scammer was going to pay him back money that he was taking from him because he wasn't providing the service to this guy, and he just happened to send money from Hannah's account instead of his own, which is just so weird and confusing. Now, if you guys remember the final text messages that Hannah sent to her loved ones, she stated that she was scammed out of all of her funds and that she had a spiritual awakening. So was she also scammed by someone, except her scam was in person with this individual? If it was a scam like this gentleman, Jonathan's scam, over the phone, it would have been easy for her to get herself out of that situation. But if it was in person, face to face, and she's being scammed by someone that she thought she trusted, that's completely different. Now she's stuck in a situation that she can't necessarily easily get out of. Now, this second payment that Hannah sent on November 9th to someone by the name of Veronica, we don't know anything about who this individual is. So is this another individual who was scammed out of readings, and this guy is paying these people back that he's scamming through other people's accounts, such as Hannah's? Now, if you look at the Venmo transactions, you can see that for Jonathan's, it says reading, but for Veronica's, it is a crossbow. Now, crossbows are typically a sign of hunting. It's a sign of control. So is there a hidden message here about this payment? I don't know. Now, this Baoli scammer guy who claims that he's in South Africa is lying about that. There is no Venmo in South Africa, so he's not there. I think that it's likely that he is in the States, and I think that it's very likely that he is actually in LA scamming people from there. Now, Jonathan stated that Baoli was being friendly, he was trying to earn trust, he was trying to gain friendship, when really he was just taking advantage of someone in a vulnerable state. And I think that this guy, this scammer, was also doing that to Hannah, which is why she sent a message saying that she was scammed by someone that she thought she loved. Maybe they were talking on the phone. Maybe, you know, this person was presenting themselves one way just so that Hannah could be there physically so that they could scam her and then do whatever else they were going to do. It wasn't a good situation. It wasn't a safe situation, and it's very, very scary. So, of course, I'm going to continue looking into this. I really want to get to the bottom of who this Veronica individual is, so I'm going to be looking into that today. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and make sure to follow. Good morning, everyone. Hannah Kobayashi is still missing out of Los Angeles, California. While we don't have any new updates in this case, we do have a new addition to the timeline of when Hannah was last seen. and that extends on to Tuesday, November 12th. She was seen around 6:30 a.m., and she was seen at the Greyhound terminal at Union Station. Her family did confirm that she didn't appear to be with anyone else at this time. However, it's possible that someone could have been with her, just not standing beside her or in the camera's view. Now, the Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners is reporting that Hannah's disappearance is intentional, that it is voluntary and something that she is choosing, but her family doesn't believe this. Her family does believe that she is being, controlled by someone, manipulated by someone, which is why she has not come back home and which is why she has not been seen or in contact with since now Tuesday, November 12th. Now, I do agree with a lot of you guys in the comments that this situation, it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of red flags here. There's a lot of confusing details that do not add up. But regardless of whether Hannah is intentionally being missing or whether someone is making her be missing, the goal should still be the same: locate Hannah, because regardless of the situation, she is not in a good mental state. And people who have actually spotted Hannah in LA have stated that she doesn't appear to be in a good mental state. Now, whether that's due to internal factors or external factors, I have no idea. But like I said, the goal of finding her should still remain the same. And again, we the public, we don't know the tiny details in this case that maybe law enforcement knows or maybe Hannah's family knows. So I'm choosing to hold judgment until we have all of the answers. And my focus still is getting Hannah found safely and reunited with her family. Because at the end of the day, whether she's choosing to be missing or she's missing due to the force of someone else, it's still not a safe situation. I'm going to continue sharing Hannah's missing persons flyers. If you guys live in the LA area and would like to pass out flyers, hand out flyers, put them on business windows and stuff like that, you can do so by printing the missing persons flyer down below using that code at any FedEx location, and you can print them out and pass them out at your leisure. Good morning, everyone. Hannah Kobayashi is still missing out of Los Angeles, California. At the moment, the last time that there was a confirmed sighting of Hannah was on Tuesday, November 12th, around 6:30 a.m. at the Greyhound bus terminal. Now, there has been a lot of talk about Hannah Kobayashi's ex-boyfriend, who was apparently on the flight from Hawaii to LA and then was going to be on the flight from LA to New York, because this was a pre-planned trip. Now, the ex-boyfriend did actually make it to New York like normal. He did not miss his flight. He got off the flight in LA and went right to his connecting flight to New York, and he did make it to New York. So I think it's safe to say that he doesn't have any involvement in this. Now, I actually found Hannah's threads, that thing connected to Instagram, and she posted the same photo that she posted to her Instagram on Threads. However, she used a caption and it says this: "Are they wider yet?" What does that mean? What does that mean? The post that she made on Instagram had this little eye speech bubble emoji. Now, the eye speech bubble emoji is a symbol for anti-bullying, and it's also an "I am a witness" symbol. I'm wondering if that has any type of symbolism here when it comes to her disappearance. I also noticed that Hannah's profile picture on her Instagram has changed, and I think a lot of other people have noticed that as well. When she first went missing, her profile picture was of water. It was like the ocean, waves, a black and white photo. Now it seems to be some sort of like grid photo of her. So I just don't really know what's happening. I don't know the timeline of when it was changed specifically, but I know that when I first looked at her profile at the beginning of this case, that was not her profile picture. Also connected to the photo that she last posted on her Instagram is a song called "A Change Is Gonna Come." I think that law enforcement knows a lot more than they're letting on, because they're able to find these sightings of Hannah and confirm them. So something is giving them reason to believe that she's at these specific locations, and they're able to check and investigate them and see that she was there. So I'm curious what's going to end up happening. I feel like she is out there and that she is alive. Of course, I'm going to continue keeping you guys updated. Please continue sharing Hannah's missing persons flyer. Her family just wants to know that she is safe and okay. and we need to help bring them a little bit of comfort. I think that Hannah, like I said, is alive. She is out there. Whether she's missing voluntarily or due to the force of someone else, I don't know. But her family is not at peace right now, and their efforts are just to find her, and that's all that they're asking the public for help with. So I'm going to keep sharing Hannah's story. I'm going to keep sharing her flyer, and hopefully we can get some answers as to where she is and locate her safely soon. Hey everyone, so quite a few people were tagging me in a video about Hannah Kobayashi and how she could be in Oregon at the moment. Now, I did a little bit of research into this as well, and I would say that if she willingly chose to go somewhere, or if she was forced to go somewhere, this might be a pretty good lead. Now, amongst the people that Hannah Kobayashi follows on Instagram, there are a lot of Twin Flame accounts. She also follows an account called Twin Ray. And Twin Ray is a non-profit organization that is literally all about spiritual advisement, spiritual awakenings, things like that. Or so they claim. A lot of individuals have come forward about this non-profit organization, claiming that they are scamming when it comes to money and funds, and that they take advantage of people in vulnerable states. This hasn't even been since Hannah's been reported missing. This information has been published months ago, some of it even years ago. Now, this Twin Ray group actually operates in the Ashland/Medford area of Oregon, which is basically southern Oregon. Now, when you take a look at some of the messages that Hannah sent prior to her phone going completely dead, she states that she wants to go to the Redwoods. The Redwoods is an area of southern Oregon. She also texted her family members prior to her phone going silent and stated that she had this big spiritual awakening. Well, the Twin Ray group is huge on spiritual awakenings. So is it possible that she did hop on a bus and go to the Redwoods, aka to this Twin Ray organization, through someone that she met in LA or through someone she was talking to online and met up with in LA? It's possible. I also think that it's extremely coincidental that she says that she was scammed out of all of her funds. Meanwhile, this Twin Ray organization is being accused and has been accused of scamming people out of money in the past. Now, law enforcement doesn't seem to be talking about this theory. Hannah's family doesn't seem to be addressing this theory. Maybe it's not something that they fully believe. Maybe it's something that they are currently investigating privately. I have no idea, but I think that there's a lot of coincidences here that just may be too coincidental for this to be just a coincidence. I'm going to keep looking into this for a little bit longer, so make sure to follow. I will be sure to keep you guys updated. The goal here is still to find Hannah and to make sure that she is safe, alive, and well. We will not waver from that. We might have to go down paths that we don't want to go down to get information as to where she is, but I feel like if we can find her and she can be found safe, that's the main priority here. Good morning, everyone. Last night, an anonymous person posted in the Find Hannah Facebook page. This is a Facebook page that Hannah's sister actually created at the beginning of Hannah's disappearance to spread accurate, credible, verified information pertaining to Hannah's case. This anonymous person posted that the family was going to be removing the Facebook page, but didn't really give context as to why, which led a lot of people to speculate that Hannah has been in contact with her family as of recently, basically told them that she's okay and that she does not need to be found. And I'm not gonna lie, I saw that post last night and I was completely confused, but at the same time, I was hopeful that maybe this was a sign that Hannah did get in contact with her family and let them know that she is okay. However, that's not the case here. Sydney, Hannah's sister, actually just made a post on Facebook just a few minutes ago clarifying why the page is going to be taken down. In a nutshell, Sydney is having this page taken down for the privacy and safety of her family. She's saying that not only has she been receiving threats, but threats have also been made against her child, which is just not okay despite however you feel and whatever you think happened here. Now, I am getting my information from a plethora of different sources. It wasn't just the Facebook page. I'm looking at all aspects, all avenues, in order to see where Hannah could be, what could have happened to her, and what the situation is. So I'm sad to see the Facebook page go, but if this is what the family needs in order to feel, peace and have privacy and security, let them have that. I'm going to continue looking into this, and I will keep you guys updated as new information comes out, so make sure to follow. Hey everyone, breaking news in the Hannah Kobayashi missing persons case out of Los Angeles, California. NBC Los Angeles just posted this article right here, confirming that Hannah Kobayashi has been spotted crossing the border into Mexico. And law enforcement did confirm that they have video of Hannah crossing into Mexico near Tijuana on November 13th. So just 2 days after she was in contact with her family and a day after she was spotted in LA. Now, why did Hannah go to Mexico? Is she alone? What is she doing there? Have they been able to track any of her movements while in Mexico? That is all information that has not been disclosed to us, the public. However, law enforcement has come out and stated that she's an adult. If she chooses to be missing and not be in contact with her family, that's something that she has a right to do. They do believe that after their investigation, after thoroughly looking into this, that there is no evidence to support foul play, and that this is 100% voluntary on Hannah's part. Now, if you guys watched my video from this morning, you would know that Hannah's family decided to remove the Find Hannah Facebook page. They stated that it was due to threats that they were receiving. However, a lot of people online speculated that it was because they got information or word that Hannah was safe and that she didn't want to come home or be in contact with them. Not really sure what the true story is behind that, if it's a mixture of both, but the Facebook page is gone, and it seems like Hannah is choosing to just not be in contact with her family at this point. Again, not really sure why, not really sure what the deal is with this. Hannah's father is deceased. She doesn't want to come home. She doesn't seem to be fazed by the fact that he has passed. Very confusing. Does she even know that he's passed? I don't know. There's so many things that don't make sense here. I'm going to look into this a little bit more because I'm just curious. But as far as the investigation that the LAPD is doing into this case, I'm pretty sure that they're ending it today. Hey everyone, so the LAPD just did a press conference on Hannah Kobayashi and her missing persons case. They did confirm a lot of information. They confirmed that Hannah did in fact cross into Mexico. They were able to detail her path of travel from LA to Mexico, and they confirmed that she entered Mexico around noon on November 12th, 2024. They stated that Hannah appeared to be fine and that she was by herself. They also did say that this was 100% voluntary, something that she is choosing to do, cut communication with her family, as well as distance herself from technology. And for what reason, we have no idea. However, the LAPD is concluding their investigation here, and they are looking at this as someone who is voluntarily choosing to go away.
I wanted to provide you an update on the ongoing search for 30-year-old Hannah Kobayashi, who was reported missing last month. As the family is aware, late yesterday, after traveling to the U.S.-Mexico border, we reviewed video surveillance from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which clearly shows Kobayashi crossing the United States border on foot into Mexico. She was alone with her luggage and appeared unharmed. At this time, Kobayashi's case has been classified as a voluntary missing person. I know over the last few days there have been several questions raised surrounding her flight to New York. Our investigation, corroborated by video evidence, clearly shows Hannah at LAX appearing unharmed after arriving from Maui on November 8th of this year. For unknown reasons, she decided not to board her pre-scheduled flight to New York that same day. From November 8th to 11th, video footage and still imagery showed Hannah at various locations around Los Angeles. This information was subsequently verified by LAPD detectives. While she did check her bag through to New York, she requested her bag be sent to her at LAX, where we have surveillance footage of her retrieving it from the baggage carousel on November 11th. LAPD Missing Persons Unit has conducted extensive witness interviews, reviewed video surveillance, and collaborated with local and federal law enforcement agencies on this case. To date, the investigation has not uncovered any evidence that Kobayashi is being trafficked or is the victim of foul play. She is also not a suspect in any criminal activity. Additionally, the investigators noted that before departing Maui, Kobayashi expressed the desire to step away from modern connectivity. Our priority is ensuring Ms. Kobayashi's safety and well-being, and we urge Ms. Kobayashi to contact her family, law enforcement, or personnel at the U.S. Embassy to let us know that she is safe. She has a right to her privacy, and we respect her choices, but we also understand that the concern her loved ones feel for her. A simple message could reassure those who care about her. While the LAPD investigation will not continue into Mexico, if anyone has credible information about Hannah's whereabouts, please contact local law enforcement. If Kobayashi returns to the United States, law enforcement will be notified. The missing person case will remain active in the missing and unidentified persons system until her safety is confirmed by law enforcement.
We know she doesn't have her phone on her. For what reason, we can't say for sure. So she traveled through the MTA. She then made it to Union Station. At Union Station, she used her passport and cash to purchase a ticket to get to the border, and she then crossed the border. Yes. She appeared fine. She was with nobody else. I have nothing additional, but I have observed the video, yes.
November 12th at 12:13 p.m. She walked through the tunnel that leads to Mexico. Yeah, she walked through the San Ysidro port of entry, and she walked through the tunnel that leads to Mexico, and that was at 12:13 on the 12th.
Hey guys, so as many of you know already, Hannah Kobayashi was spotted crossing into Mexico on November 12th around noon. Now, I was looking at the timeline again because this is so confusing to me. The fact that her family's worried, her father is passed away over this disappearance, and she's not reached out to say, like, I'm okay, don't worry about me, whatever the case may be. Now, when I was looking at everything from the beginning, I think it's possible that Hannah doesn't even know that her family is looking for her to the extent that they are. She may not even know about her father's passing, may not know. And the reason why I say this is because in yesterday's press conference, law enforcement basically stated that during their investigation, they found reason to believe that Hannah wanted to disconnect from modern technology and connectivity. She had a desire to do that through their investigation they were able to find. Now, we know that Hannah doesn't have her phone on her. They did not state whether her phone is off or if it's just not on her person, but we know that her phone has not been turned on. So when you have her wanting to disconnect from modern technology, you have her not having her phone on her, we can assume that she probably doesn't have access to internet, and she probably isn't, checking any social media, and she's probably not even using technology. So when you look back at the beginning, Hannah went missing on November 11th, technically. She was last heard from her family. Now on November 13th, detectives got assigned to this case to start looking for her. On November 15th, Hannah was classified as a missing person. November 16th and November 17th is when her story started going nationwide, and people all over the United States started learning about her disappearance and wanted to help. At this point, she was already disconnected in Mexico because she had gone there on the 12th. So by the time the detectives got on this case on the 13th, by the time that this got nationwide attention, she's already in Mexico, arguably not even aware of what is going on. Now, why is she in Mexico? Why is she choosing to disconnect from technology? Why is she choosing to not be in contact with her family? I have no idea, but this is just food for thought that she probably doesn't know anything that's going on. She could not. I don't know. And this could ultimately be why Los Angeles Police Department says that they will not be charging her with anything. She's not done anything illegal or committed any crimes because she didn't falsify a missing persons report. She isn't actively running away from law enforcement because there's no evidence to suggest that she knows that they're looking for her. So this is definitely interesting. I'm going to look into this a little bit more, see if we can uncover anything. I am hopeful that she will reach out to her family. soon, just to let them know that she's all right and that, you know, this was a plan of hers, just so that they can have peace of mind, but we'll see. Good morning, everyone. So there's been a lot of new information circulating online about Hana Kobayashi. The first thing is people speculating that Hana went to Mexico to stay with her mother. I don't think that this is true. I don't know where Hannah's mom lives. I don't know the backstory or the dynamic of this family, but I do know that through some of the statements made by Hannah's family, Hannah's mother has been a part of them to some degree, as you can see right here, where it says Sydney, Hannah's sister, and her mother. Her mother is aware that Hannah is missing and aware that, you know, these large search efforts are going on for Hannah. I don't think that Hannah is going to stay with her mom or is staying with her mom, so I don't buy that. The next thing is that Sydney, Hannah's sister, went on the news last night and basically stated that she is still worried about her sister's safety. She's saying that this is not like Hannah. Hannah has not done this before, and they're worried. They haven't seen footage of her crossing into Mexico for them to even know for sure that that was Hannah. They haven't seen the evidence that law enforcement has collected that led them to their decision to stop looking for Hannah, and that this was 100% voluntary. They're not satisfied with that outcome, that decision, that finding. Now, what I think is interesting is that Sydney is basically saying that this isn't like Hannah, she's never done this before, but a lot of people have been coming out, specifically on my page, saying that they lived where Hannah used to live. They've gone to high school with Hannah, and they remember her being missing before, years ago. Now, I wasn't able to find any of her initial missing persons flyer, but this photo right here posted on one of Hannah's friends' Instagram pages from 2016 does seem to indicate that back then Hannah was missing for a period of time. Here's that post a little bit closer. She writes, "Hannah, I hope you're safe and finding solitude. Please, if you can, reach out to someone you love or that loves you and let them know you're okay. Please help find my friend." And then it has Hannah's Instagram user, Hana Kobayashi, and then at the bottom you can see that this was posted on July 7th, 2016. So I guess I'm just confused as to why Hannah's family has been saying that this isn't like her, she's never done this before, when in reality she has done this before and there's proof of it. You know, she's done this voluntarily before. I think that that would have been helpful information to know at the beginning, you know, disclosing where she was, who she was with, why she left. That could have helped us, the public, get a better understanding as to what's going on, as well as law enforcement as to where she could be. I also am wondering if there's something different about this situation from the situation that she voluntarily disappeared before that has caused Hannah's family to worry more, to the extent that they are worrying. If there's something that is different in this situation from when she voluntarily disappeared in 2016. As far as new statements from Hannah's family, they are now asking for people to share Hannah's missing persons flyer in Mexico. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those situations where it's like, it seems like she's voluntarily choosing to separate herself from her family and modern technology and stuff like that. But there's always that slight possibility that she is in danger and that she may be under the control of someone else or may not be all there mentally at the moment. And it's like, that's why I want to keep sharing these flyers, because at the very least we just need her to reach out, even if it's not to her family, to law enforcement, to let them know that she's okay and she doesn't need people to look for her, you know. But I always have that thought in the back of my mind, like, yes, she is voluntarily possibly choosing to run away. She's an adult, she has the ability to distance herself from people if she chooses. But what if she's in danger? What if we could help her somehow? So it's one of those situations. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm going to keep sharing her story until we get confirmation from her herself that she is okay and she doesn't want to be found. And we'll just have to see what happens. Hey everyone. So Steve Fisher, the private investigator on X, posted something earlier and basically stated that Hana Kobayashi is allegedly part of some green card scheme involving her ex-boyfriend, the person her ex-boyfriend is dating, herself, and her current husband. And he basically goes in depth talking about why he feels that way, and this, that, and the other thing. He also posted this screenshot right here. from Hannah's sister to someone else, basically using this as ammo to push this narrative that she's part of a green card scheme. Now, before I read this post, I just want you guys to know that I actually unfollowed Steve Fisher months ago when it came to another case that I was covering that he was also covering, because I just feel like he was not doing the right thing in that situation. Now, for this right here, I'm not sure if he has any credibility here, but other outlets are reporting this as well, and his post seems to be the best summarized post when it comes to this. So I'm gonna read it to you guys, and you can form your own opinion. What I will say though is that just because she may have been a part of this scheme doesn't mean that she is not still a victim to some extent, you know? And I also feel like her family should not be getting the brunt of what the public is now seeing, hearing, and what the public feels. Her family just wants to know that she is safe and that she is okay. At the end of the day, any of us who have a sibling that we love, a family member that we love, we would want the same. We would be advocating for the same, regardless of what law enforcement is saying. We want to make sure for ourselves that that person is okay, regardless of whatever is being said or whatever is being talked about. So we have to have a little bit of sympathy, empathy where we can here, and not attack the family for simply wanting to make sure that she is okay. If you look at the second paragraph right here, it says, as of November 16th, 2024, the family is fully aware that both Hannah and her ex-boyfriend are involved in green card marriages for profit. They even suspected that the ex-boyfriend is responsible for scamming Hannah out of her money and contributing to her behavior. And this screenshot right here is apparently a message from Hannah's sister to an undisclosed recipient. Now, although Hannah's sister does say that this is their confirmed lead at the moment, she also does follow through with the next message saying that this is something that she thinks. And arguably, me playing devil's advocate here, when you're going through something stressful and traumatic like this, your brain is racing. You know, your mind is speculating a whole bunch of things, making theories up, trying to make sense of what is going on. So this could have just been a thought that crossed her mind, not necessarily something that is fact. I don't know. This is just, my thought. It is likely that the LAPD is already aware of this green card scheme and has determined that it is not a priority. If green cards have not been issued, there is no crime. Even if they had been issued, this is a relatively common crime and likely wouldn't be prosecuted. So let me know what you guys are thinking about this in the comments. I will say again that none of this has been confirmed by law enforcement. This is just stuff that this PI has uncovered, as well as other people on social media. I feel like we need to just have sympathy for Hannah's family and know that they just want to make sure that their loved one is okay, like I said earlier, and we shouldn't fault them for just wanting to know that, regardless of what the circumstance is here. Hey everyone, so we have breaking news in the Hannah Kobayashi case. Hannah's family did confirm today that Hannah did make contact with her family members and let them know that she is safe, she is okay, and she is well. This comes about a month after she last had contact with her family. Her family has been looking for her, stressed out, worried, fearful for her safety, her well-being. Her father even passed away in the midst of searching for her. In a statement released by Hannah's mother, she states that she and the family are relieved and incredibly grateful that Hannah was found safe. I'm definitely happy and relieved, don't get me wrong, but I'm just curious to know if she was found safe and made contact with family on her own accord, based on her own decision, or if she was kind of forced into it given the fact that people in Mexico were starting to look for her as well, and her missing persons flyer was starting to circulate around there. I'm also curious to know what her reaction is to the nation basically looking for her and trying to make sure that she is safe, as well as the passing of her father. What are her thoughts on this? Hopefully she does eventually speak out and say something. Of course, I will keep you guys updated if anything does come out, so make sure to follow. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. I'm glad that she is found safe. I'm glad that her family does have some peace of mind now, but this whole situation is just insane. Good morning, everyone. So Hannah Kobayashi released a written statement yesterday To me, this seems very tone deaf. I'm going to read it to you guys right now. Take a listen. In her statement, she writes, "At daybreak on December 15th, I crossed the border back into the United States. My focus is now on my healing, my peace, and my creativity. I am deeply grateful to my family and everyone who has shown me kindness and compassion during this time. I was unaware of everything that was happening in the media while I was away, and I am still processing it all. I kindly ask for respect for myself, my family, and my loved ones as I navigate through this challenging time. Thank you for your understanding." It's so crazy because on one hand, she's saying that she didn't know what was happening, but at the same time, what are you expecting is going to happen when you literally said you're going to be somewhere? And instead of being there or saying where you're going to go, you do something completely different and choose to vanish. She also had plenty of time to get a lawyer. That lawyer came from the States and went down to Mexico to get her and then traveled back into the United States with her. So I'm not really sure if she's fearful that charges are going to be brought her way regarding the green card scheme that she took part of, as well as essentially faking her own disappearance. However, she didn't really fake her disappearance. She kind of just vanished and didn't tell anyone where she was going. That's not really a crime, but the whole green card scheme, I could see how she would be fearful of, possibly being charged with something related to that if it's something that she actually partook in. As far as the rest of the statement, now she's focused on her creativity. It's a pretty weird thing to say when you just had the whole country looking for you, worried about you, searching for you, sending money to help fund sources to help find you. But you're gonna focus on your creativity. Interesting. Hopefully, her creativity doesn't encourage her to pull another stunt like this, because it's a waste of time, a waste of resources, and it's literally just putting your family in fear for absolutely no reason. Good morning, everyone. So for anyone who is following the Hana Kobayashi missing persons case out of Los Angeles, California, Hana, as you know, was found in Mexico, safe, alive, and well. She actually just made her first post on Instagram, and she somewhat addresses the situation, although she does so very lightly. Take a listen. She writes, "When the world is looking to you for answers, what would you say? How would you feel if your entire existence was put on display for the whole world to judge you without knowing your truth? To say that you are at fault for your father taking his own life? Are we so quick to put a magnifying glass at the life of another that we forget our humanity?" And she's right, we do not know her truth, but she hasn't shared her truth with us since she chose to go missing for a month, to scare her family, to send cryptic text messages implying that she was in some sort of trouble, and her implying that there's a lack of humanity out there when people from all walks of life banded together in support of finding her, making sure that she was safe and that she was okay. I think that that's a pretty big example of humanity here. Again, I don't know what Hana Kobayashi is going through, but the 2 times that I've seen her speak out since she was found safe, it seems very tone deaf to me. At the end of the day, she's upset that her truth isn't being told, but she's the only person who can acknowledge and share her truth. So that's up to her, and who knows, maybe someday she will.